Hi, my name is Brandon Barnes, and I will be walking you through my research topic proposal presentation. Some of the guiding questions for my topic are: what is motivation? I want to study what motivates people, what gets them going, um, what gets them into athletics, and why they stay in it. Another question is, what are the different branches of motivation? Is it broken down into different categories? Are there different pieces of motivation? How complex is it really? The next question that is driving my topic proposal presentation is what motivates athletes to compete. Being a former Division III athlete myself, I want to find out why these athletes are competing with no scholarship money, and why they train so hard just to be doing the sport that they're playing. Some of the key findings that I've found throughout the research of the topic of athlete motivation is intrinsic motivation, which is motivation that's coming from the inside the individual. So this person is just doing the activity for the sake of doing it. There's no external or outside factors that are leading them to do this sport or activity. The next key finding is extrinsic motivation, which means that there is some sort of outside force that is getting this person to compete, whether that be trophies, accolades, being the MVP of your team. Something outside the realm of just the activity is getting you to compete in a sport. So my main research question is, what motivates Division III athletes to compete in sports? I chose this because I'm currently a graduate assistant football coach at Wisconsin Lutheran College, which is a D3 institution, and none of our players play the game for athletic money. They are all doing this, and they're paying to play, and they're putting in almost as many hours as Division 1 and 2 guys just for what we ask of them for our team to be successful. So I want to know why they are doing this. Why are they putting themselves through this just to have none of the exposure or spotlight that the Division 1 and 2 athletes get? Some of the variables that I've come across throughout this study is my independent variable, which is the articles and studies found within databases like EBSCOhost and ProQuest. And then there is my dependent variable, which are the materials found within certain articles that I find within those databases. So it's just the independent variable is on a bigger scale than the dependent variable is. Alright, so the population that I am drawing from here is articles centered around motivation and athlete motivation, as well as articles about intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation, or self-determination theory. It's anything along these lines will be the population that I draw from. Obviously, studying motivation as a whole will give me the largest pool of articles, and then when I break it down to athlete motivation and intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, the pool will start to get smaller and smaller, and I'll really have to look in depth about what I want to find out of these articles. My research setting will be using EBSCOhost and ProQuest databases, as well as using the librarians, seeing what they have to offer. They can search through these databases way better than I can, and they're a great tool to have as you're working through a project like this. I'll see my methods. Throughout this course, I've been talking with Professor Breitzman and we came to the conclusion that it'd probably be best for me to do a meta-analysis project, which is gathering studies that have already been done relating to my topic, collecting them all up, and analyzing these studies. I won't just be analyzing the studies for what they say about motivation or their lack of. It will also be analyzing the previous studies' methods. Like, what did they use? Did they use questionnaires? Did they use surveys? Did they interview people? Is their study qualitative? Is their study quantitative? It'll be studying everything that these studies have to offer that I've collected up. And with that gives you a brief intro into my topic proposal. And if you have any questions, please post them at the bottom of this. Also, here is my reference page. Thank you.